Hey everybody, how are you doing this morning? So excited to see so many people who showed up for Friday morning. Shocking. I know how difficult it is to get out of bed when you're at trying to go to like a temple nightclub or church nightclub. I don't know where everybody went last night. This is probably the responsible group. But anyways, moving on. We are at the L3 junction of Ethereum. I don't know how many L's there are going to be before everything's scaled and everybody around the world is using Ethereum, but excited to have Colton Dillion here today from DEGEN and Quip Network. Thanks, Dillion.
Thank you, thank you. Hey everybody, my name is Colton Dillion. I'm one of the co-founders of DEGEN. We're a token that is native to Base, but also native to Farcaster. Community launched. We're here to answer the question of why an L3, because as a community, we decided to launch an L3. And we think that the real answer is that L3s need high throughput, right? And we want to be in memes, media, and markets. And if you want to be in memes, media, and markets, that's going to require a lot of transactions. People are posting content every day. If you want to reward people for posting content every day, then you need to have that high throughput. Additionally, having an L3 allows you to offer a simpler on-ramp because you don't have to work, you're already in a less decentralized mode, and so you don't have to worry as much about having decentralized oracles, decentralized validators, things of this nature. And then ultimately, it's about audience. Why do people use any chain? It's because they have a specific affinity to that brand or to that idea, and they want to continue working in those spaces. A little bit about our credibility. Last year, we hit an all-time high of 2 billion. We have currently 1 million holders of DEGEN on Base alone, and we're also on Solana, Arbitrum, and the DEGEN chain. We gave out $47 million in tips. Again, it was a community launch token. We didn't have a sale. We just airdropped it to Farcaster users, and then we gave them the ability to distribute future airdrops to other users of Farcaster by commenting on people's posts. And through that, we gave over $47 million last year. We have 550 million DEGEN in TVL. 33% of daily active Farcaster users, their daily interaction will be a tip. And we have 875 million DEGEN locked in a vault for those tips. And why is that? It's because we're the meme with a dream, right? We want people to get paid to produce, consume, and share memes, and we want them to do that on the Las Vegas of blockchains, which is DEGEN L3. So why, right? We think that we're moving into the world of distributed studios. We started out with Mickey Mouse and Disney, where there was one guy hiring a bunch of artists and producers and voice actors to make a 2.5-hour piece of content over 2 years. Then we got Nintendo, where they threw programmers into the mix, and they spent 4 years to make a 60-hour piece of content that you could consume a little bit at a time. Then we moved to the YouTube generation, where you have a lot of decentralized creators who are spending a week at a time to make a 15-minute piece of content, and you, the consumer, get to choose how much you consume, from when, from whom. And then we get TikTok, where you have individual creators who are producing 15-second pieces of content over 30 minutes, and they're in dialogue with each other, creating these narratives, and you get to assemble your seasons, you get to assemble your entertainment, and memes are the next evolution in that step, where now anyone can create a little 2-second piece of content, it shows up in your feed, you laugh, and you spend hours scrolling to consume that thing. But how do those creators get paid? That's where DEGEN comes in. And we do this on the L3 because you really need that throughput to reward those creators, right? You're getting a trade-off between data availability, transaction cost, throughput, and your decentralization. So if you want to be on Ethereum, where you're really decentralized, you're going to pay for it. And that's why we need to put your roll-up in your roll-up so you can roll up while you roll up. Because you actually need that decentralization, that re-centralization to hit the throughput needs, right? Ethereum last year during March, you were paying $11 per transaction. You're not going to pay $11 per transaction to reward someone 20 cents worth of DEGEN on Farcaster. Base, similarly, hit an average of 60 cents per transaction during March last year. And so when we hit these limits, the costs go up and your ability to do these microtransactions degrades. Even Solana During the Pumped on Fun craze last month, they were hitting an average of 14, 18 cents per transaction. So supposedly, these high throughput chains are not high throughput enough for the actual applications that are going to hit massive scale. And that's why you need to shard out and you need to use other rollups. You can also offer simplicity. There are providers in the space like Arbitrum, Gelato. A lot of the validators on Ethereum are using AWS already. So are you really getting the decentralization that you claim you are? Additionally, you have the option to provide pre-packaged oracles, right? Farcaster, a lot of the data is only available with reliability through Nanar. So most people are consuming Farcaster data through one organization. You have Chainlink is providing all the oracles, but maybe if you're using an L3, you just build in the oracles because you're already trusting them to be your centralized validator. Or you can bring real-world information on-chain like Bloomberg because you're already accepting this trade-off. So there are other reasons to use L3s. Additionally, as an L3, you can provide a lot more customization because you are narrowing your community, right? If you want specific precompiles, if you want specific auction formats for block space, if you want specific data streams, you can talk to your L3 and they're more likely to work with you to get you the things that you need in order to accomplish the things you want to accomplish. And then, of course, you have your audience. At DEGEN, we're very aligned with Base and Farcaster, and Telegram is the source of the most average users around the world. And so you can really narrow in on these audiences and serve them very well with your specific setup on your specific chain. Why does anyone use any of these brands? Well, why does anyone hold a bag? It's because they saw someone they identified with that bag and they wanted to pay money to be like that person. And so L3s are similar in that sense, in that people identify with what you are trying to produce and your vision of the world that you see in the future. And for DEGEN, we consider ourselves the decentralized generation, right? We want you to find your own DEGEN world and to make it as a decentralized community. We're offering bounties for people who want to build on DEGEN at the intersection of memes, media, and markets. And the grants will be retroactive and contingent on actually reaching milestones. But also, we do want to build brand value with you in the DEGEN ecosystem, so it's exclusive. And that means we will market the hell out of you to all of our users and the people who they want to market to. And we do this in a peer-to-peer fashion through tips. With that, the hat stays on. We're really excited to have people building on DEGEN, and we hope that you consider L3s for your project, even if it's not us. Are there any questions? All right, great crowd.